I can't believe we're doing this again. But I'm glad that for the folks listening, for the folks watching, we had just recorded and we had to redo the entire intro, so we're doing this again.
Yeah, and we are.
We are?
Yes.
Oh, no. He wants to do the intro with you again.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll just start.
Ready? 3, 2.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Hoot and a Half. I am your host, Matt King.
Yes, this is
And I'm Mike Sheffer.
And today we are joined with these two knuckleheads that I hold close and dear to my heart. Patricia Flach, my lovely girlfriend, and Tristan Watson.
The one, the only Tristan Watson.
Thank you. Happy to make my Hoot and a Half debut, you guys.
It's been like an 8-year-long coming.
It has been like 12 years, decades since I've been granted security clearance. That camera just turned off.
Is that fine?
It's fine for now.
Okay, it's fine for now.
You guys, we are on the set of like a Home Depot right now. Matt was changing light bulbs. You would think we're on a fixer-upper show with Joanna Gaines. He is changing light bulbs. He's about to fall everywhere, and I'm just trying to, come on the podcast.
Listen, we value the natural light, and right now we're doing this as a late episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hoot and a Half after dark.
This
Yes,
is the
that's
latest Hoot and a Half episode I think we've ever recorded.
I would agree with that because I feel like y'all always do it 2 o'clock.
Yeah. But this is a special occasion because our entire house, I have the whole house to myself. My roommates decided to go to Europe. Todd and Zane are in Europe with a bunch of friends. You're probably going to see it. But I decided to make a little staycation and invite
Staycation,
my favorite.
all I ever wanted. Okay.
Slaycation.
And copyright.
Yes.
So you guys are staying here.
Yes, so
Oh.
we do not have any AC.
Have
It
not.
is bad.
What
in their
happened?
house.
Yeah.
We don't know. Our landlords just won't get it fixed.
They
Oh.
actually have never met us in their entire life and don't receive a paycheck from us on the first of every single month.
Right.
And so they
Be
are
4 years.
Yeah.
Tenants' rights. Tenants' rights. Tenants' rights.
I literally texted my landlord one day a few weeks ago about my shower leaking and the AC, and she goes, "Who is this?" And I'm like, we text all the time, Kelly.
We got caller ID. It's 2022.
I know.
I don't
That's
know if
why,
that's...
like, every time she does send a text, I'm like, just be as thorough as you can. Say
This
your
is
name.
Patricia
Say
from
your.
this. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know we'd have to add in your social security number every time for her to just like understand that it's you calling.
But out of the kindness of my heart, I wanted you guys just to have a night with just clean, cold AC pumping.
Oh, so you're only letting them stay one night?
No, 2 nights.
Okay, 2 nights.
Hell,
Easy. Yeah,
Tristan could
easy,
even-
easy does it, guys.
Tristan could even stay longer if he
I'm
wanted.
having huge
wow.
ragers here. Yeah, like all weekend. And just DM me on Instagram for the address if you guys want to come.
Yeah, he's going to be doing like Airbnb experience, tours, come sniff Todd sheets, all of it.
And maybe I will be the only person here sniffing Todd sheets.
Are you going to go rummaging around?
I want to. Last time I was here, I asked him to get me a hoodie, and he would not grant me that security clearance, unfortunately, to take one. So I'm going to maybe FaceTime him, depending, roaming charges, etc. in Europe.
I also wanted to treat my favorite podcast out there, Grits to Glam, your podcast that both of you guys have started. You've been out now for how many weeks?
We've had 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
Double digits.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Let's go.
I'm very proud of you guys. How has the podcast experience been? Has it been better for your friendship? Worse?
We realized we can just sit down and kind of talk.
Debrief, right? Because we don't see each other often because I feel like I've been traveling so much, and then if I'm here, you're gone.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of our way to sit there and debrief our weeks or talk about things we haven't been able to.
Yeah.
We have a uninterrupted time
to just catch up on our lives. But it's also hard because when we try to catch up just as friends and roommates and not just coworkers and morning show stars. But sometimes we just need to save some of that energy for the podcast, so we're learning balance.
Well, I know that your audience probably knows what Grits to Glam is, the name of it and everything. But for the people who are new to hearing and learning about you guys, what is the Grits to Glam mindset,
Such
if you
a
will?
good question.
Wow.
Great question. Somebody wore their interviewer cap today.
I prepared 0 questions for
You
this
can
interview.
say that again. Anyway.
Let's start with the name Grits to Glam.
Okay, so we'll just start with how we came up with it. So
Yes.
basically, we'd been wanting to start a podcast for 2 years coming. We finally got the stuff for it. We were like, we're going to start it. It had no name. And the first name I came up with was Everyone and Their Mother. And then 2 months prior, I realized that somebody already solidified that name.
Wow. Very meta of a podcast
Right.
name.
How
called
everybody and their mother
is
has starting
podcast.
a podcast.
And then Everyone and Their
Literally.
Mother could also listen to our podcast.
Oh.
And then we realized there was somebody that made the podcast for an actual mother, baby mom type account.
In the mommy
and that's
family
a different
space.
brand than we're going
Right.
Are
for.
you not a mommy influencer, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm a mommy blogger.
Oh,
you
okay,
could
that's-
say.
that's
It's
like-
actually it's about like probably 30% of my followers are in that like range.
Demographic, yeah.
Yes.
So that being said, it was like, we were like, okay, we got all this stuff. Let's just go ahead and record. And then I was somewhere. I was walking home, and all of a sudden Tristan texted me, and you take it from here.
Okay, yeah, I was taking a nap, and I literally just fell because we were gonna record the podcast and be like, oh, okay, like we're Gucci, like
A name will come to us.
It'll come, but I was just like, I really don't want to do that because would like to make the promotional materials, etc. We have like a huge team of like 150
Right.
people, like who this is their day job, and so like we need to kind of get them working.
It's a tax
etc.
write-off,
too.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And so I was like falling asleep, and for some reason I was just thinking like of the glitz and the glam of like Hollywood, and like just kind of like wow, yes.
I just made that. The neurons just fired in my brain.
Yeah.
Glitz and glam.
But that's not our podcast name.
So now,
I know.
So then we took that southern aspect of grits because we're both from Alabama, and we put it together and made grits to glam. And that was just an idea that when I was falling asleep came into my mind.
Well, I'm so happy for you guys that you guys have done it. And, I want to take a little bit of a step back, before you guys birthed this beautiful podcast that is Grits to Glam. Let's just talk about the origins of the friendship between you and my lovely girlfriend, Patricia.
Of course.
You guys go way back to your college days, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So let's talk about that.
Hey, why wouldn't we?
Auburn University, correct?
Auburn
Yes.
University.
War
We
Eagle.
met his sophomore year, or his freshman year, my sophomore year. He went to a formal with one of my friends, Rosie, and we met then.
Love Rosie.
Love Rosie.
And we then we would hang out over the next few years, but then I graduated a semester late, and that semester we really
Solidified
the friendship.
We
And
knew
we
what-
literally hung out every single day.
We knew what we wanted. We knew friendship wise, we were interested in the same thing, spending money we don't have, going out to dinners and having cocktails, etc., and then going out every single night.
The best was people from home thought me and Tristan were dating.
Which we tried.
Which still gets confused to this day.
Yeah.
And but you did recently marry someone very special to your heart.
Yeah, of course. My ex-wife, Courtney,
Yeah.
of course. It didn't, work out, unfortunately.
I'm sorry
And,
about that,
You know,
but-
that's something, we had a COVID relationship.
It was old.
Yeah, so, and, it's, things happen and, priorities change, and I'm not here to slander any names, if you know what I mean.
So to set the record straight, you two have never been an item.
We've had, sex a couple times, so,
But I also
kidding, you guys.
I do have to credit Tristan, though, as being a key accessory in making Patricia and I happen in becoming an item.
Oh, 100%.
Because-
Okay, but let's go back to us.
Was
Okay.
Tristan there?
Yeah.
So you want to
Us.
navigate the podcast? But by all means.
Yeah, I do. Anyways,
I'm getting a call from our agent. We're done.
yeah. They're saying get out of there.
Sorry, yeah, we
Sorry,
gotta go.
quick.
Were you there at the brunch that you got her the bag at?
No, Tristan
No.
wasn't living out in LA.
Okay.
But Patricia wants to talk about not that yet. So.
Okay, so
Sorry.
then, you moved.
One day at a time.
We both graduated. I moved out here. He moved to Atlanta. I'd been wanting him to move out here for
Quite some time.
quite some time.
Years.
Finally convinced him to move out here. Where am I going with this? And then our friendship just continues to go.
Continues to go. We still keep in contact. I come and visit every couple months.
Right.
Kind of
Right.
convince people that I'm living here for a while, not
And then
even
he goes
doing
back
so.
and
And
keeps
then,
people on his toes.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of disappear for a while and kind of where has she been? Who is she? Serena, Gossip Girl kind of vibes.
Right.
And so I just kind of like to keep people on their toes. And then I finally moved here. We moved in together September. I moved into the house Patricia's been living in for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Tristan, you were such a key accessory and element in really making Patricia and
Right.
I.
So all my responses to you were from him.
From me, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because Patricia, we have talked about in the past, she didn't know who I was when I was pursuing her and trying to get her interest.
Right.
But you are Mr. Social Media.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know who all the biggest people on the internet
strategy
are.
in my brain. And
Sometimes,
just,
yes.
social media trends, etc.
Even when we've had guests on for Unfiltered, who I'm not that familiar with, I always go to Tristan on familiarizing myself with them. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Of course,
and
babe.
really.
So
I
was
felt
Tristan telling you oh, Matt King, he's really cool.
So-
He's an influencer.
This is how it kind of happened.
Because you had no interest in Matt. This is clearly documented.
No interest at all.
God, no.
nothing wrong with that.
Like
No.
a cat who gets the ball of yarn.
Right.
Just I'm done
I
with
just
this.
wasn't interested. It wasn't even him. I just wasn't interested in a relationship. I had no idea what you know, he was a YouTuber, you were involved in that, whatever. Tristan was coming out to visit for the 4th of July, 2018 or 2019, I believe.
Yeah, one of those.
And I think it was 2019, and he was like, oh my gosh, if I see Zayn Hijazi or Matt King, I'm going to freak out.
Whoa.
And then at this point, I had Matt's number, and I was like, wait, Matt King, I have that guy's number.
Yeah.
And-
Wow. I'm
Crazy.
just honored that like it was Zayn Hijazi and Matt King.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it was
and
no
Todd.
and Todd.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
But I think at that moment, I just remembered those two. And I was like, wait, I have Matt King's number. I've met him a few times. I think he follows me on Instagram. No idea who you are.
Like flashback to little old me in Atlanta, just being like, what is going on? Like, this doesn't seem real because like these are people I've been like watching on the internet, like
Wow.
obviously big social media
Right.
guy, etc. And just like didn't understand what was going on.
You hyped me up.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
What
think I
did
was a
he-
good hype man even
So
before you
then
knew
at
me.
that point, like Matt and I still hadn't gotten on a date. It was even before the brunch where he gave me
Yep.
that bag.
I
Yep.
still wasn't in full pursuit, but I had my eyes on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like about a week later was when you saw me kissing a guy at the bar. So
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that was a rough week for this boy. Just to recap quickly, Matt meets Patricia a week later. He goes to a bar and sees Patricia there, gets all excited, realizes she's there with another guy. They make out at the bar. Patricia and this other guy, and Matt King was.
And I'm devastated, but I did go into like my investigative journalism route, and I went up to one of her friends who I did kind of know, and I said, "Hey, is Patricia and that guy are they like dating? Are their thing?" She goes, "No, she's just like on a date with him. Like it's nothing serious." So I thought, "Oh, I still got a chance." So I invited her the next day.
No.
Right.
But
And
people
then,
who
so-
have listened know that.
Yeah, and so then like, you know, obviously once we started going on dates, I would send all the messages to Tristan and be like, okay, what do I say to this? What do I say to
You
this?
still kind of. What's funny is you still kind of are like that.
She still does that.
She just goes, "Do you think this is okay?" And it's just like saying thank you to somebody. I'm like, just trust your
Should
heart.
I say that? I don't know. And it's
Speak from your heart.
9 times out of 10, it's okay to say.
Why do you think you like that?
I don't know, because sometimes I think I'm overly too nice in text. Or I'm like, is that too like nice, or is that not nice enough?
Yeah.
I just like to have like a reassurance.
I sometimes have to tell her that she's using too many periods because when she uses periods, it's really scary.
Like
'cause,
dot or period after each sentence.
I
I'm,
was like, period
I'm
after
pretty
each
punctual
sentence.
when I text a lot of the times, I would say.
And like I'm not like when my old boss used to get so mad at me because I'd like she'd send me a Slack of like some work to do and I thought I was in trouble because she would do it a period at the end.
And
she's
you're
like, no,
just
I'm
like,
being formal.
"Hi, I'm going on vacation next week. What time does the store open? There are 3 ducks in my room." Like you just run on sentence, no period, no comma.
I just use a lot of exclamation marks.
But you also do like a lot of separate, like you
Separate
send
messages always.
like, are
yeah.
you there? What's up? How are you? Well, like,
Yeah.
Can I ask if there is a memory of a specific text that Matt sent you, and then a specific response that you crafted for Patricia that was a slam dunk?
I don't know. I mean, apparently it was all slam dunk. 'Cause here we are today.
in a way, but I mean, she wasn't really offering that many like.
Well, you have to keep your like. She's not just gonna like. Oh,
I'm not
wow.
gonna be easy.
Yeah, true.
I'm
respect
not gonna
that.
let you. Yeah, you're gonna have to work for it, and
He
it
did.
paid
Give it
off.
to
Yeah.
me. I'm worth it.
Because I think if you were like so, I don't know. I think if you didn't work for it, I would be like, oh, he's not worth it.
Well, Tristan, I just want to say thank you.
And you know I love you.
And also, I want to say how great and awesome it is that you finally did make the decision to move out to LA.
A
'Cause-
blessing to our
Because
community.
you had all had so much enthusiasm for the social media content creator lifestyle, but also I didn't realize how well you would fit in with our friend group and also with other creators, and which has been I don't know how to describe it.
Tristan kind of was the puzzle piece to make all the friendship, like to like secure all of the friendships that we have now. I would
yes.
say.
Dude,
Yes.
Sweet. Quit it.
You are the tree from which all the branches of friendships grow out of.
Oh my God, that is too kind, you guys.
But it's almost like you got to be too careful when you introduce Tristan to new friends, because Tristan may become better friends with them.
Yeah, you'll lose
than
them
you
to the
are with
mix.
them. What do you think that is about you? What makes you such a likable person, Tristan?
I think I'm a people pleaser, which is a bad quality to have because I always have such a like. I want people to have a good time. Like I love like giving people like or like doing getting opportunities and taking people with me and like I don't know. I just love people to be happy and laugh.
Are you ever exhausted with the amount of people who
Yes.
like to or do consider you as a friend? Like,
Right.
how many group chats are you in?
There's a lot of group chats, but I think I neglect some of my like friends on accident just because like I hate texting and much more of like a FaceTime, call me. Like I'd rather talk that way. I don't like texting, but it's always like I definitely make sure to make the group chats like for planning and such. I like to kind of
You've been big in audio messages lately.
Loving audio messages. Much easier for me than
It saves
texting.
so much time.
Yeah, I know. It's so easy.
Not for the recipient. You got to find a place. I get so
Yep,
many
yeah.
FaceTime or what do you call them?
Audio messages.
Audio
yeah.
messages. I'm at a restaurant. I'm in a
mean,
movie.
who are you texting,
The
man?
worst is when you get like 3 in a row and you're at the movies and you're like, please answer as soon as you can. And I'm
I'm like, I can't.
yeah, what? Those give me anxiety. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Teach their own.
Well, I won't send you audio messages now moving forward. I'll write you a handwritten note delivered by a carrier pigeon.
That would be greatly appreciated. I hope you're enjoying this episode. We'll be right back after a quick word from today's sponsor, Squarespace.
You know, Mike, getting things off the ground in whatever project you're working on, whether it's a business, your own personal brand, it can be really difficult, especially if you're getting your social media going and you're creating a website. But one resource that a lot of my friends who are in the business use is Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. Stand out with a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything, your products, content you create, and even your time.
And they have so many great features, one of which is member areas. Squarespace makes it so easy for creators to monetize their content and expertise in a way that fits with their brand. With member areas, you can unlock new revenue streams for your business and free up time in your schedule by selling access to gated content, videos, online courses, or newsletters. They also have a video studio so you can create pro-level videos effortlessly. The Squarespace Video Studio app helps you make and share engaging videos to tell your story, grow your audience, and drive sales. And they also have email campaigns. You can stand out in any inbox with a Squarespace email campaign. You collect your email subscribers and convert them into loyal customers. You start with an email template and customize it by applying your brand ingredients like site colors and logo. There's built-in analytics, and you can measure the impact of everything you send.
So go to squarespace.com/hoot for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use our offer code HOOT, HOOT, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
And now, back to the episode.
So you guys, your podcast, most of the time, you know, you do it with just you two, your own dynamic, and occasionally you guys do have on guests. We've already had on Brooke. We've had anybody,
You.
me, and
And we're
anybody.
gonna have. Should we say?
Yeah.
We're gonna have TK on tomorrow.
Oh,
TK's
Taylor
Juicy
King, my
Polls.
cousin.
Your cousin.
I love it. Love to keep it within the family. That's really
Yeah.
great. Who are like your big dream people that you would love to interview on your podcast?
I think someone asked us this maybe when we were on someone's podcast, but I would want to do Emma Chamberlain.
Oh,
I would definitely want to
yes.
interview her because I just want to see, like, we know people that like work with her, and like obviously like we've not met indirectly. By that I mean just like at
Her
this-
almost running you over at Alfred's.
her almost running me over with her car at Alfred's, and then
Did you try and jump in front of her to
Yes.
like have to exchange information? Oh my
Yes.
God, you hit me!
fuck,
Let's-
oh my god, like I need your credit card and I need your just friendship.
Social Security.
Yeah.
Explain how this went down. That she almost.
So we live near an Alfred's, which is a coffee shop in Los Angeles, for those who do not know. And I was just walking down the street to get my morning coffee, etc., starting my workday off, girl boss, etc. And then I see, like, of course, like when you're in LA, it happens at the most random times.
Yes.
But this is when I was still visiting, and so like obviously I'm not used to it. And just like I look up, like obviously I'm on my phone, probably playing Candy Crush or something.
Probably.
And look up Emma Chamberlain's right there. And then so we did those things where like I went this way, she
Yeah.
went that way. And then I think she saw me in her backup camera as she was about to reverse, and I kind of stalled a little bit, hoping that she would hit me, of course. But unfortunately, she did not.
Would
But-
love to see the court case for that, though.
Yeah, me too. It'd be so fun to be in like a trial with her. And we
Huge
could, like,
live stream. Everyone
Yeah,
tuning
we
in
could
for
plan
it.
our outfits together, and like then we could like do a
Make
little-
this whole like a social media, like, you know.
Yeah.
Have you ever served on a jury?
No,
No. Have you? You've been summoned though.
no, I don't think I have.
I've been summoned like 2 times out in LA.
Have you gone?
Yeah, but like now you do it like online. Like you check
zoom
if
in?
they want you to come in that day, and then you have to go in.
Oh, no, I
and
haven't
I
been
did
hit.
it every day for an entire week, and I didn't have to go in.
They
I'm
ask
begging.
you the repeated questions each time. Do you want to serve on
It
the
just
jury?
says, I don't know, it goes just check in every day to see if you need to come down. So I just planned on every day that I was going to go, and I didn't
Oh,
get it.
boy.
But I'm glad I committed to it, checking it every day, and
Yeah.
not just like ignoring it like some people do.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll ever be asked.
Ah, interesting.
I
Have you?
am begging to be on a jury.
Like a big high profile case or an easy one you can like. Because imagine like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing.
6
No.
weeks.
Cool to be involved, but that's a lot of time.
I wouldn't get selected.
Do you think they
'cause I
got
was-
paid for that, or they
Yes.
just yeah?
You do.
I think it's like a minimum amount though, right? They don't pay you the same.
I think it covers whatever you're getting paid at your work job,
Work.
Oh,
right?
that'd be amazing.
So if they get like the CEO of Google, they're paying like $20 million a day.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I'm just
I
begging
feel like the
'cause if you-
CEO of Google can get out of it.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Fair
I'm
enough.
begging to be on a jury. I think it would be so fun to like talk to everyone. We could all like coordinate our outfits. We could literally just gossip. I know you're not allowed to, but I would have to.
Tristan
And-
would be stirring up that drink.
No, I'd literally be like, so are we going to get drinks later? Not really. Like,
I would just I want to be on a jury because I want to see like what the in-room court like artist, like how I would be painted.
Oh, by
Yeah.
a courtroom
Yeah,
sketch
Just-
artist?
Yeah, sketch. Like, would they like really work on my face, or are they mostly going to be focused on
I feel like
who's on the
those
stand?
are usually pretty nondescript. It's more of
Oh.
like the setting. I don't think it's not like when you get your picture drawn on the side of Orlando, Florida, where they make you a caricature.
Isn't
It's
that
like
still such a silly concept that certain court cases no cameras are allowed, but a illustrator has to be in the room to
It's-
illustrate what's going on.
seems very antiquated.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to describe
what that
someone
word
antiquated?
Yeah. Explain what antiquated
We'll
means.
get into it later.
Thank you.
Have you ever been in a position where you needed to describe a suspect to a police sketch artist?
No.
no.
Do you think you could do it? Because I don't even think
No.
I could
Yes,
do it.
I think I would go. You know, this actor, he kind of looks like him.
But when you're explaining a suspect, it's someone you saw for a brief period, not someone you're intimately familiar with. You have to access this memory.
Right, and I feel like your brain would like confuse different people you saw that day
Yeah.
with the one suspect because if you see him for 5 minutes or whatever,
Yes. I can even probably describe your face to a sketch artist and it would come out
Yeah, I
right.
couldn't.
oh, really?
Do you think you could describe like Patricia or mine or Tristan's face to a sketch artist and they
Yeah,
would,
pretty
they would
much.
nail
I'd
it?
be
I
like, he
think-
looks like James Corden. She looks like young Tara Reid. Like, and then you,
Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, Jack Antonoff, exactly. And
Oh,
I-
we are so famous on this couch.
pretty much. That's how I would do it. I would
Okay.
go through the celebrities.
yeah, but I'm like older Tara Reid is not somebody you really want to be though.
That's what I
I
said.
can't
Younger.
visualize.
I said
okay,
younger
so I
Tara
guess,
Reid.
okay.
Just don't do drugs and don't get into bad movies and stuff and you'll be fine.
But have you
Okay.
ever like seen that TikTok trend where people will say like who their childhood crush was and then like
Yes.
who the crush that they ended up with? Like for me, young Tara Reid. I had a picture of young Tara Reid in my locker when I was in 6th grade.
Is this news to you or did you know this?
Oh, I've known that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were on our friend Rod's podcast the other day, and we were talking about that. And obviously, mine were like Aaron Carter and Jesse McCartney, and I don't think like those really look like you necessarily,
Well-
but they're all blonde.
I think
And
young
feel
Aaron Carter now does not look like Matt King, but I think a young Aaron Carter and a young Matt King may have
I'm
been.
like, I think there was just a trend of blondes.
Yes,
Yeah.
clearly, yes.
Would you ever consider dyeing your hair a different color other than
I
blonde?
have considered like if I went like really dark, like black for like the winter time, but I'm worried about
No.
my eyebrows.
We did
are-
that when we did our Schitt's Creek costume. Me and you dyed our hair black.
Oh,
that
we
was
did.
cute.
But I went a little gray, right?
Yeah,
A
but
little-
my eyes were like really, really pretty blue. But I feel like I remember your eyes being good too.
You have the most beautiful eyes, Tristan.
Stop
Oh,
it.
by the way, happy Pride.
Thank you so much.
How
Matt.
has Pride been for you,
You know,
this month?
Such a good question. It's been great, besides the traffic of it all, very happy for everyone supporting, getting out there. The traffic of West Hollywood in general is just like locked down with parades, etc.
And have you been joining the parades?
We did get stuck in a parade. I was driving my car through West Hollywood, and we actually got stuck by a motorcycle LGBTQIA plus parade.
Oh.
So there was on foot.
A gay motorcycle
Yes,
brigade.
bikers. Yes,
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Or fun, I don't know.
Bikers for LGBTQ plus rights.
Oh.
So,
I think in the New York Pride, the very first group in the parade is Lesbian Motorcycle Gang. And it's every year they like start the parade by revving all their engines and they're like these badass like
start your engines.
yeah, it's pretty fun. Have you been to a Pride parade in New York or LA?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
I went in. I celebrated in Atlanta because I lived in the heart of Midtown. So we did little celebrations there. But we have I went to a Pride party yesterday. It was a pool party at our friend Nick's house, which was fun. Haven't done much. I need to. I've got a couple more days. I need to really get in.
A couple more days. Is it not the whole month?
Well, yeah, like 15 more days or 16 more days.
Oh, I forget. It's already June.
What has been like the cringiest brand initiative that's happened during Pride Month?
I don't know. I love the rainbow profile pictures, and I know people get so mad at them, but they're so much cuter than the normal profile pictures. I don't know why that's not a year-round thing. I mean, I get I'm a brander, a marketer, but I think they should stay. They're so fun.
You know what I thought was interesting is that Skittles for a Pride Month got rid of rainbow Skittles. They're all just like white.
Okay, that just seems
What?
like
That
Like
seems
they're
a
all
little
gray.
backwards.
They're all just like gray.
So are
Seems a
they
little.
like not
That should
supporting?
be the
No,
month.
I think that's the point. Is that they're doing it to like draw like attention to it.
because there are always.
Well,
They're
they should-
already rainbow.
They should do that the month before Pride Month, so that way when like June 1 drops, then they can be like, "Oh, we're back!" Like
Oh, good point.
Very
I don't know.
smart.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's like
I,
a blackout or whatever.
I don't know.
Like,
Some people were like split or like thought it was like rude that they were doing it, but I'm like, no, I actually think it is kind of cool.
I hate when brands just like try to like do like I like it when they have like an actual cause and like this is
Right.
sounding,
Not like when the
so
U.S. Army.
serious.
Have you seen the U.S. Army's
That
post?
one was so good.
Oh,
Was it?
right. It
Yeah,
was.
or like the Marines or something.
It was
they
the most
post
photoshopped looking helmet.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It was like rainbow and like little like gibbets.
I just feel bad for the social media person whose job it is to like, yeah, I work for the
It was rainbow bullets on a camouflage like army hat.
Yeah, it's
like if I got sent that in the mail, like and they're like drafting me, I'm like, no, like
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like I'm so sorry.
I just feel bad for the poor social media intern that's like, all right, Marines, we got to get our Pride Month post up there. What are we thinking?
It's just-
Ooh, rainbow bullets
and
on
people
a
are like,
helmet.
these look
Right.
like crayons.
It's just so funny to imagine, like, because I work in marketing, so like the room of people who have to like pitch and brainstorm those ideas for Pride and for like all these other like events that are happening every single month. And I just think it's so funny that they landed on rainbow bullets on a camo hat.
If you have a low credit score, life can be pretty difficult. A low credit score can mean you have higher interest rates for car and home loans, more expensive car insurance, lost job opportunities, and security deposits for utilities. The list goes on. But the good news is that you can take control of your credit.
And that's why we're excited to tell you about Build, a new way to build credit and increase your savings.
Build is a financial technology company that believes everyone should have the opportunity to build their financial health.
And here's something you should know. Positive payment history, making consistent payments over time, is the largest driver of your credit score.
And that's where Build comes in. With Build, you can make a small contribution to a bank account each month.
Build then reports those deposits to the credit bureaus as creditworthy payments, which builds your credit history and profile.
So at the end of the term, after interest and fees, you'll have a savings account with all of the money from your credit building account.
Still not convinced? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau conducted a study of credit builder loans. Consumers without existing debt saw their credit scores increase by 60 points more than participants with existing debt. So, build a better future.
So sign up to start building your credit and increase your savings at getbuild.com/hoot.
Got it.
Again, that's getbuild.com/hoot. GETBUILD.com/hoot.
Build your credit and increase your savings. Call 888-242-7263 for details about credit costs and terms. And now, back to the episode.
What would y'all say is each other's favorite thing about each other? Patricia, you go first.
I feel like Tristan's.
She took so. Oh fuck.
She was going through
Let
the
me
list.
speak.
There was a long
shit.
list. She was going to pick just one.
I feel like it's so nice to have someone that like seems like family out here, and not only that, I feel like you
My
just
little sister, big sister.
big sister. I'm a little older.
Yeah.
I think it's just nice to have someone like not even just out here, but always just like, someone that will cheer you up when you're down. I feel like we can just sit together without even speaking, and like we're very good at communicating with each other when
True.
things are bothering us. I just love.
I said
know-
one thing. That's enough.
Keep going.
Okay.
It's kind of bad. I feel like y'all asked me this question about Matt one time, and it literally said something. People were like roasting me, like, "Wow, Patricia does not love him."
Oh yeah, I think you
'Cause
were
I
like,
was
you
so-
were
it was
like
my first time
no,
on-
no, you had a good line. It was like Matt is very connects with people really well. Like if at a wedding
Yeah.
or something, he'll make a real
Or
connection
really
with
good with my
someone.
family, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And then-
lots of things. I
And
love
then
about
Matt was
Tristan.
like, the color of your eyes is like the morning sun, and the way that yeah, and everyone's just like, Jesus Christ.
He really was like writing a novel. About
Yeah.
Patricia.
It was coming from the heart.
Oh, I know.
That was
I
really
appreciate
precious.
it. It's all love.
And
Tristan?
Well, I'll go with Patricia. I think that you feel like a sister to me. It's always feeling like home. We bicker like brother and sister, which is just great. And you're always down to do something with me and play around in this great little city that we call home now. Yeah.
Sounds like the trailer to a movie in like the 1990s.
Right.
My
We
little
would have
sister in this town that we now call home.
In this crazy little town.
Should we move on to the 10 questions because we have 2 people here and we got quite a bit of time left. Maybe
Oh,
we can,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a breeze this has been.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to a segment now called The 10 Questions, which is
Okay.
world famous now at Hoot and a Half. We stole this
Oh.
from a show called Inside the Actors Studio in the 90s.
Okay.
Which was a big show with this older gentleman.
The
What was his-
dean of the Actors Studio in New York would get like Sean Penn, Robin Williams, and like do a fun interview and then ask these 10 questions at the end. You can take as long as you want, answer as long as you want, and we're going to get started. I asked the first half, and then Matt asked the second half. Also, I did find out, Matt, there is a extended version that I actually like a lot more. So I'm gonna include the extended version of one question when we get to it today.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just pull it up.
nervous?
Yeah, kind of.
The first question is, Tristan,
Hey,
what is your favorite word?
probably fuck.
That's the first time. There is a later question that the answer works for too, but we'll go. Is that your final answer? We're
I
locking it
really
in.
love the word fuck.
That's your
actually,
favorite
like,
word.
dead ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patricia, what is your favorite word?
Or slay for Pride Month.
Slay. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
I've never thought about this.
I have another while you're thinking.
Okay,
I
let's
know
hear
this
it.
is not how it works, etc. Because it really encompasses so many different things.
And you pronounce it how?
etc.
Okay.
Is there another way to pronounce
etc.
It is E-T,
etc.
etc., not etc.
etc.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think when you write it, it's ETC.
Yes.
And in
Oh,
full, it's Latin for
etc.
etc., like and more
Right.
and others, like et tu brute,
We're from the South, man.
Yeah.
Ease up.
etc. Also,
I like
oh, sorry.
via. We've been using the term via a lot.
V is great.
Do we know I'm such a fucking brainiac know-it-all on this
Share it.
podcast. Do you know what via stands for?
Like
By
via
way of?
message, like through.
By way of.
Okay.
Which I think is also Latin because the V and the B.
Yes.
It's the linguistics podcast here today, folks. Okay. Good answer. Can you use it in a sentence?
Hacking the mainframe via technology. I have no.
Like, okay, we're gonna go to the bar via Uber. Are you
Okay.
gonna get me a shot via,
via
your credit card?
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're kind of interjecting it into regular vocabulary.
You
Right.
interchange it into positions that it will not work, but you make it work.
Okay. And you used to have another one, local, that you used to use a lot.
Yes.
Can you use that in a sentence?
The local den.
Let's go grab a local drink, and that does not mean just like local drink, like what's popular in that town. It just means like a drink.
Let's go grab a drink.
Or you could say
Yeah.
like I have a local hangover.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right.
You got to really stay with the time.
So
though.
that's part one of my addition is you ask them their favorite word and then you ask them to use it in a sentence. So
I didn't get to use etc.
well, you're
Et
not
cet-
saying it
et
right, so I'm not going to
cetera.
let you use it.
Etc. is how I say it too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how would you use etc. in a sentence?
Let's go get drinks, appetizers, etc.
Perfect.
Let's go
works.
to the bar, club, etc.
Okay, very good. Nice.
Via the Uber.
Via the Uber.
Should we go back and forth on these?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yes.
Number 2.
Wait, what is your least favorite word?
No pressure, Patricia.
I'm gonna Google some words.
Do you have a word that you don't want to say or you can't think of one?
I can't think of one.
A word that like when you hear it, you're just like, no. Or like a word that like maybe you've heard before that makes you feel bad.
Patricia's probably Googling least favorite word.
That's literally what I'm
What's it
doing.
doing?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, like I think sometimes I don't like the word like wet in some ways.
I'm so
Wet?
wet.
Like, oh, this is
The Bo
Like,
Burnham
I'm
thing?
so
like Bo Burnham when he was like riffing
I don't
on
know,
about
I don't
people
really have,
who
like-
hate the word moist. You know what word I hate? Injustice.
Oh my god, I hate the word, which I use it in some of my language. Well, this is more of a phrase. It's like "what you know good." I hate that phrase.
What
because
is the phrase?
"what you know good"?
I've never
I-
heard this in my life.
Neither
So
have
it's
I.
a very Southern dad thing, and it's kind of it goes on to their children as well, and it's like really Southern people. They're like, "What you know good," and they literally come up.
it sounds
and
like
scream
Napa
that.
know how.
Yeah, and it's the weird. I
What does
hate
it mean?
And then when people call me big guy, I hate when people say like, "How you doing, big guy?" I'm like, or "Step on up, big guy." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like we don't know each other like that. So those are more phrases.
I don't like when people call me boss. Like if you're at the you're at the counter and someone's like, "All right, boss, that'll be $2.95."
I called so many people boss.
What?
That's
Yes.
Like
that's
strangers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a
Like thanks,
weird.
boss. Like, yeah.
I think it's such a weird thing to hear from a stranger.
Or if it's somebody who if it's like a regular bartender that I see pretty often and like we know each other, but I don't know their name.
I know my
just call
least
them
favorite
boss.
word.
What?
I hate when people
Patricia, I
say-
was talking. Patricia just interrupting.
lost-
I know what it is. Like,
I
never
lost
mind.
something
She's on a tape
once.
delay from the East Coast, just 5 seconds later.
Just takes it.
I thought y'all were interviewing interviewing us. Can I not introduce everyone?
No,
I hate when
just
people
podcast
say.
etiquette. Like, babe, I'm just like finishing a thought.
Oh, I love it. I
Sometimes
love
you
it.
go on too long.
I'll take it.
Come on, boss.
Okay. What is your least
So what
favorite?
is it? What'd you Google?
I didn't Google.
What did Google
I
come?
didn't Google anything.
I didn't Google anything.
I hate when people say the word GD, and I'm not even going to say it.
Oh.
Which stands for.
Wait, when they say the phrase GD or when they say the actual
Actual
words?
word.
They say goddamn.
Or God damn it?
Yes, I hate that word.
Oh, you
Oh.
won't even say it.
I hate it.
Oh, you
Oh.
don't like that's not like a twitch that you have when you like stub your toe.
I say fuck.
Okay.
My favorite word I just remembered, motherfucker.
Do you say
You
gosh?
do say that a
Do you
lot.
say
Oh,
gosh darn it? Oh gosh darn it.
She says, "Dag."
Or
nabbit."
gosh darn it. Dang nabbit. You don't have like the filler ones? You're
No,
darn.
I say motherfucker.
See, which to me that sounds more foul
Why
than
do you
like
not-
goddamn.
why
And
do
I'm
you-
saying
Because
it.
it's using the Lord's name in vain. I don't know. I just have never loved it.
I thought the Lord's name in vain thing is like don't like be a false prophet to people. Like don't.
No, Mike. Using the Lord's name in vain is like
It's
saying,
not about
like,
saying-
Jesus Christ.
I don't think that's what it means.
That is
That
using the
one's
Lord's
better
name.
than the
No,
other
I
one.
think it's like don't go and say like I have come from this other town and the Lord has sent me and like you have to worship me now. Like
No, babe.
That's
I think that's like it in for the Old Testament.
I'm just saying, look it up. Okay, look it up.
Okay.
And what were you saying before? We're
Come
talking
on,
about
boss.
boss. This is why I don't like it. Here's why I've identified it in this moment. When there is someone who is like providing you a service or like helping you with something and they call you boss, I feel uncomfortable because it's like, you don't work for me. So like if someone is like fixing my car and they go, all right, boss, it'll be ready in 20 minutes. And I'm just like, I'm not your boss. You don't work for me. It's very
Don't
like.
take it as a word of endearment. It's a word of just empowerment. They're just empowering you of who you chief, boss.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Next
one
time
of
you're going to
those.
use the word boss, just exchange it with daddy. Coming right up, daddy.
Your car will be ready in 20 minutes, Daddy.
Oh God.
Literally.
Okay, that's a good tip. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the next expansion.
Okay.
It used to just be what turns you on. Here's the update that I heard on an episode. What turns you on spiritually, creatively, or emotionally?
Take it either way.
Deep question.
Wait, you're asking us like separate.
Either all of them or just pick one. What turns you on spiritually? What turns you on creatively? What turns you on emotionally?
I'm gonna say banter, like a good banter back with a person that can just like go back and forth with me, accept sarcasm, and just like you just like immediately hit it off, and you know for the rest of the night you can go up to that person and just like go back and forth and just give each other shit. I think
When they're
it's
in on
best.
the bit with you, you like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Just have real good banter.
He got real big banter. And I think
Right.
we're gonna couple up.
Irish people call that like crack sometimes. Like good conversation, they call it crack.
Oh.
Like not related to just drugs or any of that. Whole separately, but just good crack. Like I love talking in person. It's always good crack. My dad told me that.
Are you Irish?
Yeah.
Oh, so he like heard this from his family, maybe.
Ancestors.
I think
Do
so.
you have Irish in you at all? I have Irish. I think we have similar skin tones.
Ah.
A good day, brother.
Yeah. Top of the morning, tell ya.
Why did I just
When I
so
cast my
excited?
mind-
When I cast my mind back to that summer of 1936.
Just Greek and German. I don't know the
Interesting.
other ones.
Yeah.
Patricia, what turns you on spiritually, creatively, and or emotionally?
Well, let's give her a second to Google it.
These are just like, I don't know. Like when I start painting, everything about that just makes me.
When you start painting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's you get inspired once you start. You don't like
Yeah.
wait for the inspiration and then go and
No.
start painting. Yeah, that's reminds me of what Chris Hemsworth told me the one time I met him.
What do you say?
We were talking about working out, and I don't work out. Clearly, he does, obviously. And he was like, a lot of people get it wrong. They think that the motivation creates the movement. Like you see someone in a gym, and you're like, I got to get motivated to start moving. And he's like, no, it's backwards. The movement creates the motivation. So if you're not motivated, start moving at whatever you want to do, and that will create the motivation to keep doing it.
agree.
Absolutely.
And I always think about that when like people talk about art and like creating stuff. Like you don't get inspired, you don't get
I
motivated.
get inspired once I start painting.
Yes.
And then I'll sit there and wait it out a second and then look back.
Did you
at
hear
night.
that? Did you hear that from Chris Hemsworth too when you were talking to him that other day?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You've been
Cool.
talking to Chris Hemsworth.
Me and
babe?
Chris, me and Patricia get drinks with Chris every
Yeah.
every other Thursday.
And I didn't know. About
There's an
this.
Australian bar downtown.
That's why I make sure you do unfiltered that night so you don't know where I am.
Good for you guys.
Thanks.
Gotcha.
Good for you guys.
Yeah. Is that an okay enough answer?
Yeah, no, that was great.
Okay.
There's
Wonderful.
no right or wrong here. And then Matt,
My next question is, what turns you off?
People that don't understand sarcasm.
People that are rude to servers.
Oh,
Yeah.
the worst.
And like bad tippers. I hate that.
Good answer. What is a sound or noise that you love?
The beach.
Brown noise on my phone. The
Ooh,
app. I
yeah.
love brown noise.
Is that a specific reason for that color? Have you tried pink noise? Have you
Pink
tried?
noise is too loud.
Yeah.
Pink noise is too high of a frequency.
Yeah.
Okay.
White noise is too close to just like TV static, where it just sounds like
But
a
brown
disruption.
noise is like deep. It's like
Yeah. It kind of gives ocean vibes, like a little bit.
my room. I have my sound machine, which is my white noise, and then I also have on my Alexa my brown noise.
Also, box fans, really, really good. There's
Yes.
a box fan sound, which was actually one of my top played Spotify sounds for the year.
There is
I have trouble with. I love the sound of a beach, but I want the beach to sound like the beach, but it's outside of my house.
Like you're inside.
Sometimes it sounds too much like I'm literally sleeping on the shore.
and the water's going to hit you in the face.
I want it to sound like I'm in a beach house in Malibu and it's crashing just like, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not
half a
saying-
mile away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about beach noise on my phone. I'm talking about, the beach when you're at the beach.
Oh, I know that when you responded to that question, but we were just talking about like beach noise.
Do
with
you
the
do
sound
you
machine.
do you listen to that every night to go to sleep?
Yes.
And if
Have
you
to.
don't have it, can you not fall asleep?
Yeah, it's hard.
Isn't
If
that
I-
crazy that our entire generation like has to listen to something
But
to
it's
fall
crazy
asleep?
because like
Yeah.
growing up, I didn't have a fan in my bedroom.
Oh,
I didn't sleep with anything, and then all of a sudden, I got introduced to the world of sleep sounds. and,
Yeah.
Oh, she got me into it. It was a game changer for me. I'm
like,
able to go sleep
if I'm at a
so
hotel,
fast.
like I have, my app that plays it.
And what do? You play it on your speaker?
No, you just play it on your phone. It gets pretty loud. But I also have a to-go, or not a to-go, but a travel sound machine. But
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
where it is at the moment, so I haven't traveled
If you
with it.
use your timer on your phone and you do a countdown on the timer, you can change it to the setting at the very bottom that says stop playing.
But I wanted
So-
to keep playing
I'll
throughout the
wake
The
night.
whole night.
Because
Yes,
then,
because
then
if
it
you-
wakes you up all of a sudden if it's off and you're like,
And then if you get up and like maybe you have to pee or something and you have to go back to sleep, it eases you right back
Oh,
into it. If
interesting.
it's silent all over again,
then you have to turn it back on and then you're kind of more awake again.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
watching Seinfeld, so I don't want it to keep playing Seinfeld the whole night. But I'll wake up going, "What's the deal with Windows?"
There's one thing I wanted to plug for all those people who have office jobs or you're still working from home. One thing that like while we were like in the height of COVID, it's called Sounds of Colleagues. I just pulled it up. And it has a room tone sound, coffee machine, printer, people talking in the background. You can't hear what they're saying. Open window, telephone, the office dog, keyboards, rain on window.
Oh, that's so nice. And
But
you can like mix and match
yeah,
too.
and you can turn down certain things, and it is the best thing ever if you just want to like,
Feel like you're in an office.
yeah, if you want to feel like you're in office, because I work remote, and it just makes me love feeling like I'm just like running around the office.
Say, the one time I shared a hotel room with someone. He had a early flight and he had to like unzip his suitcase to get something out of his suitcase, and I was sleeping in the room with him. He went into the bathroom with his suitcase, closed the door as quietly as possible to unzip the suitcase, brought it out, got the clothes he needed, brought it back into the bathroom, closed the door, and zipped it inside the bathroom just so the noise of unzipping the zipper would not wake me up
I
in the
feel like I've
morning.
done that a few times.
but I'd say there is nothing better than when you are like asleep and somebody has to get up early for something and you hear them getting up, but at least that's not me.
Yeah,
Right?
and you get to like
you're-
relish in
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
you're like, ooh,
It feels
I
so
get
much
to
more
sleep
comfortable.
in, and that
In.
person is tired. I love the sound of hearing somebody else having to get up earlier.
That's
That is-
what's the German word for that? Schnadenfreude?
Is
Schnadenfreude?
there really a German word for it?
Yeah, Schnadenfreude or Scheidenfreude or something.
Yes.
Do you,
Yes.
do you know what this is?
Yeah, no, of course.
It's the concept of you take
take
pleasure
pleasure
in
in
someone
somebody
else's
else's
pain.
pain.
So if you see someone suffering, you get to take.
You are not doing that anymore on this podcast.
Please keep that in, Jack.
So next question is, what is your favorite curse word?
I've already said fuck. I also I don't know if I can say this one.
Oh.
What is
say
it?
that?
I mean,
See you next Tuesday is his.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh,
I
okay.
love that word.
People hate that word, but I don't
They're
mind it.
so mean about it, and it's such a good word when you are feeling so mad at someone. I don't use it often in like a serious
But I feel like
way.
some people really can be.
See you next Tuesdays. Yeah.
Oh, you use it as a way to describe a human being?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
What do you
I
use
say
it for the other
like
terms?
instead of saying motherfucker, I'll say mother See you next
Oh
Tuesday.
my God.
Just
That's
to like,
very hard.
That is like a Big Mac of a curse
I know,
word.
but like,
got-
Mad about motherfucker. Now
like
he's
when you get in your car and it's just like, I don't know, you just like forgot to, like when I'm pulling up to Matt's house and like I forgot to bring the thing for the brand deal. I'm like, mother, see you next Tuesday. Like it's
Isn't
just
it weird how though we don't say it.
see you next
Because
Tuesday.
I don't. Yeah, it's just a lot to handle.
It's
because
just one
we
of those
don't say
words.
it that much.
I know, we need to
Australians, you ever
normalize
meet an
it.
Australian?
Oh,
It's
they-
every other
oh.
word.
That's
Yeah.
what I think I get it from. I think they just like know how to use it and when to use it, and I just love it.
I feel like I've gotten better with cussing though, and I haven't been doing it as much. But motherfucker is obviously my favorite cuss word.
Oh, you should try a mother see you next Tuesday. Or
No,
it
That's
feels.
too
it
much.
doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
You won't. No, you can only do it when you're alone. You can't do that in front of someone else. That's
That sounds like you're trying to cuss for the first time and you like don't know what to say, which
you're
is
like-
such a Mike thing to do.
Or you're just like in grade school and you're trying to think of like the worst curse
When
word
I,
that you
like, grow
can.
up,
And you're
shit,
like,
bitch.
yeah. Or don't like fuck ass.
when I was little, when we would stay at my grandparents' house, our yaya would let us cuss, and that was the only time we could cuss. And we would like go down the steps and try to say like, "fuck, shit, ass, damn it," or whatever, just going down the steps. But then when we would leave her house, we were not allowed to say any of them.
Do you remember the very first time you said the word fuck?
No.
I have a distinct memory of it. You
Tell
don't. Do you
us.
not like remember like?
I remember like
revving up
reading
to
it on like a park bench one time, and then I
You
was
didn't
like,
know what it was.
Well, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that it could be word like it meant like also like sexually too. Like it was like John fucks his mom, and I was like, what is that? Like he hates his mother? Like I didn't understand it. Like
What
in
were
that-
you reading as a child that's saying that a kid?
It was at a park. It was at a park bench, like just graffiti.
Oh,
like it was
oh,
all.
oh.
It was.
It sounded like you were reading at a park.
No.
Like, I was just reading at the park.
Oh
and-
no!
Or reading like an engravement, you know how they have like those plaques on it.
Our grandmother Susie,
Yeah.
we loved her so much. This park is dedicated to her. Fuck everything. Anyway, okay. Next question. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah,
Yes.
I look really cute in this camera.
Okay.
Like I just keep looking at myself. I love the front-facing version.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I would like to be a music producer.
Define what that means.
Be in a studio and help produce like a really cool song.
Like a Rick
Be invo-
Rubin type, like work with a band and be like, you know what, this is not your best hit. We can do better. Or like you want to make
Make a
beats.
song and make a beat and make a song and be like, okay, we need more of this and this, and see it all, like the process of
good.
it,
I like the
and
beat.
see it all to come together.
Who do you want to produce a album for?
I haven't thought that far.
Okay. If Harry Styles wanted to produce an album, do you think you'd be up for the challenge?
Absolutely, 100%.
You'd be like, Harry, I don't know if this verse is really your best like offering. Maybe we can rewrite that. You'd have the balls to tell Harry Styles.
Absolutely. If
Okay.
he's letting me do that, then obviously he wants constructive criticism.
Oh, okay. So we're getting confidence from day one.
Like
I like
it's
it.
spicy.
All
But
right.
this isn't an alternate universe if I were able to do this.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a really cool career.
Could be in this universe. You never know.
Badass. Tristan, for you?
I would like to be a tour manager. I would love to do that actually and travel around with the band. But like I would also love to be like a musician that's out there like actually performing. Like I see
Right.
myself in the lights on stage having my backup dancers, and I really think that would be a great career for me, which is not to say it still couldn't happen, but either a tour manager or that.
Yeah, I'm in the same vein with you, like with tours. Like when I see people going on tours, I'm like, I have a moment of jealousy every time I see it.
Like
I'm
when Phoebe Bridgers posts her like fall tour,
yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
just like, wow, they're just gonna go around and
Doing
see
the
the
thing.
whole world.
it's not as glamorous as it sounds. You don't actually get to see
Anything.
because
Yeah.
you are going night to night to night to night. So you're driving on the bus 8 hours, and that 8 hours is either in a hotel or you're sleeping on the bus.
Yeah.
So if you're sleeping on the bus, you're not getting great sleep.
But then you're sleeping on a tour bus.
not as-
Well, I'm laughing this new season of Hacks, which you haven't seen. They're going on tour.
Oh,
And,
interesting.
You know, the assistant. No, I've just blanked on her name. She's having to sleep on like a bunk, but the person she's touring with, Deborah Vance, has her red light therapy sauna thing under her thing. So like her tour bed is like literally half the size of like a bunk bed for
Yeah,
a tour bed.
it's not as
And it's
glamorous
so funny. I mean,
as
I know
you-
it's just a show, but
No, touring is brutal. It's like it seems really like nice and luxurious, but you know, until you're Red Hot Chili Peppers level, just you have a full tour
Private
bus for
jet.
yourself and private
Yeah.
jet.
I'd like to confirm that is the route that I would like to
You
go.
don't want to be sleeping
I
on
don't wanna be a
couches
startup,
and
no.
not a startup band.
Not a
and then
startup
you
band.
want to play the show, and then after you play the show, go to the venue and be like, okay, so how many T-shirts did we sell? We got to square
Yes.
up on the cash. Did we get a tab from the beer? And you want to like do all the
I'm
logistics.
a businessman, Bo.
Okay.
Like I grind never
And then you
stops.
want to make sure that like all the gear is packed up. You do a
Yes.
person check on the count, and you just
and
make
be
sure.
on the tech team too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to be like doing sound check for the band.
Girl bossing.
Yeah.
Okay, girl bossing, gatekeeping, whatever, all of it.
Pimping out groupies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually retract that a little bit. I want to do those separately. So tour manager, as if they like manage the whole tour, like they're the head bitch in charge when something goes wrong. Love crisis management, and then other one would be the lead.
Okay, let me present
star.
you a scenario.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
just got to Kansas City, and the bass player has violent diarrhea, and we don't know if he's going to be able to play tonight. And
That sounds like me if I were the lead person.
and the merch hasn't arrived yet, and we have to sell merch tonight. What do we do?
Wait, so you said the
Bass player's got diarrhea. We don't know if he's going to make it onto set, and
okay,
the merch
we
hasn't
call
been.
our backup. We always have an understudy on staff.
Oh, very cool.
Goes
Okay.
without
Thinking ahead.
saying, there's an understudy, there's a body double. Okay. And then the merch situation, such a good question. Tonight we're actually offering 20% off all of our merch for online sales.
Wow, Tristan,
there you go.
Nice.
dude,
So-
you'd actually really good at that.
He
I
thought it
know.
all out.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now for our final question of the 10 questions. By the way, can I just do a pulse check? Are we liking the 10 questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fun.
Isn't it a
Cool.
fun little conversation?
I like
Cool,
to
right?
think about a different.
Play it at your
life.
next party.
But
Sorry.
Okay, last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
well, I think heaven exists. So I would like for him to say, "Welcome, Patricia. Where are your grandparents and your family members? If you lost her, right to the left.
Okay.
You said where?
Your family members are to the left.
Oh.
I'd love to see God, but the first people I want to see are my grandparents.
Oh, so you get
that's
in there
sweet.
and he's like, "Oh, your family's right here to the left."
Yeah.
Oh, that's
love that.
nice.
That's cute. I don't think my answer is going to be as cute.
That's
Like,
okay, Tristan.
I mean, I just love like a nice little like hug, maybe. Just like, how are you? Good to see you.
You did so well on Earth.
You did real good, babe. Like literally, you're gonna have a blast here. Like, hi, how the hell are you?
Okay.
Oh.
And then what's the first thing you do?
I don't know. I just imagine just like this big, kind of like trampoline park where you're just like jumping on trampolines.
But
and,
it's like cotton candy
yeah,
instead
like
of a
cotton
trampoline.
candy, and then maybe like someone's handing me a little cocktail or something.
What's
I don't
your
know if
what
that's
is your first drink that you're ordering in heaven?
Probably a Cosmo.
Okay, Patricia, are you doing a Den espresso martini?
Probably, yeah. That
Okay.
or tequila soda special pineapple
I think
juice.
in heaven, Patricia's gonna start her own den where she only sells espresso martinis.
I
Matt,
want Bud Light, but like in one of the big like tower Bud Lights, like the ones they have at like Buffalo Wild Wings. Because I've
Love
never
those.
I've never had the opportunity to drink out
So
of
do
one
you
of
think
those.
people have to stand up to drink those?
No, but you just like pour it. What do you mean you have to stand up? You pour your glass
They're
out
like
of
a
it, but
tower
just
and you
ice cold Bud Light coming out of one of those towers. Ooh.
wait, what? Can we not just order that when we go?
Yeah, we can. I just have never had like the group that jazzed to get Bud Light
Oh my
out
god,
of a
I
big
would
tower.
always be wanting to do that.
Let's do it. Let's do it
Especially
this
the
week,
energy
brother.
of Buffalo
All
Wild
right.
Wings. I love
Buffalo
that.
Wild Wings, Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
they all got them.
you know I've never been to a Dave and Buster's
In your life,
in my life.
That seems like so your brand.
I'm pretty sure I have like a gift card from one of like Kelsey Calamine's birthday parties.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
with,
think it still works?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's
Sorry.
like 50 credits on it.
Tristan, do you think going to Buffalo Wild Wings is my brand, or not having gone to Buffalo Wild Wings is my brand? Or sorry, Dave and Buster's.
Not having gone to Dave & Buster's doesn't seem like, I feel like Dave & Buster's is your brand. Like you would love to go there.
I don't know really what it is, other than it's like a restaurant. I know Josh Peck goes there with his kid all the time. Is it for adults? Is it for children? What goes on there?
Turns into like adults after hours. Like you have to be like over 21 and up to get into Dave and Buster's past like 9 p.m.
I've never
pretty
been and I've
sure.
always wanted to go.
See,
Let's go together.
I'm so
Let's
down.
go
Yeah.
with Chris on Thursday.
Who's Chris?
Hemsworth.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry. We call him CH among the civilians because we
Right.
don't want people to know that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I have him in my phone as Barry Jenkins, just in case he calls.
Barry
You're so
Jenkins.
humble.
Yeah. Is that a name? I don't know. I just made
Where
that
did
up.
you come? What, do we know Barry Jenkins?
That name sounds familiar now
That's
that I
like
said
the
it.
movie name in every single like.
I
Mine's
feel- yeah.
Chris, the guy from Dave and Buster's.
Well, this was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for coming onto the podcast.
Thank you for having us, especially thank you for having Tristan.
I hope I didn't embarrass you too much.
Absolutely.
I think we did good.
I needed to have you guys on because
I
this
agree.
would have gotten worse the longer it went on.
Yes, it would have.
So, is there anything you guys would like to plug with the Hoot and a Half community?
Sure. Thanks for asking.
Yes. You want to say Grit's name first?
I'll say me first. I'm
Okay.
Tristan Watson. Instagram Tristan_Watson. Tris Talks on TikTok. Our podcast together is Grits to Glam. That's going to be GRITSTOGLAM. And you can find that on Instagram and really anywhere you get your podcast, babe. We
As
have
well as YouTube.
YouTube as well. We have a
Yes.
blast over there.
Yes, it's so much fun. Check it out. And I am Patricia Flach, patriciaeflach on Instagram and on TikTok. That is Patricia E. Flach.
What are you on OnlyFans again?
Patricia, see you next Tuesday, Flach.
Yes.
Wow. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, thank
Very
you guys
good.
so much.
Thank
Thank you
y'all
guys
for
so much for
having
listening.
us.
Please check them out. You guys are just delights.
Have a
in
great
my
week.
life, and thank you for coming on.
We love y'all,
Thank
babe.
you for having us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.